All right, we're going to work on another example of solving proportions. We're going to look at one slightly a little bit different than what we looked at last time. We're going to look at b plus 3 over 2 equals b plus 5 over 7. Shout out to Ms. Salam for this pen. Sharpie pens are the best way to go. All right, so we're going to, as we talked about last time, first step, cross multiply. Cross multiply here. So let's look at, last time we did this first. Again, just so you see that there's different ways of doing it. Let's start with this way first. So 7 times b is 7b. 7 times a positive 3 is a positive 21. Equals 2 times b is 2b. 2 times 5 is a positive 10. Alright, nothing crazy going on there. Just, again, cross multiplying. It's almost like you're distributing, especially for these, you're distributing the 7 into both of the terms. You're distributing the 2 into both of the terms. Alright, now again, we want to get all of our b's on one side. Now me personally, I like to work with positives, especially with my variables. And b is our variable here. So when I look at this question right here, I look at, okay, how can I make sure my b is going to be positive here? Okay, well, I have a 7b over here and a 2b over here. Well, if I move this 2b over to the left side, I know that this b will still be positive. If I were to move this 7b over to that side, then I know I'd be dealing with negative, which I'd have to divide by a negative at the end, which I don't want to do. It's just more steps. So I like to look at it as, which side can I get my variable on that will remain positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2b on both sides, because I know this is going to come out to be a positive 5b plus 21 equals 10. That crosses out. Alright. Again, you have to, the b's go with b's, okay? Apples go with apples, lemons go with lemons, oranges go with oranges. You got to make sure that it's all going together. So right here, again, now it just becomes kind of a linear equation. You got to solve for your variable. So I'm going to minus 21 on both sides, which is going to give me 5b equals negative 11. And then I divide by 5, and I get b equals negative 11 over 5. Okay? So I have right here my b equals a negative 11 over 5. Now excluded values, we got to make sure we take care of those. Now the fun part about this one is probably not going to have any, because we don't have a variable in the denominator. We have a 2, so we can set 2 equals 0, and we have a 7, we're going to set 7 equals 0. Well, does 2 equal 0? No, so that doesn't even make it, it's not even a true statement. Does 7 equal 0? No. So these right here are not even true statements to even worry about. And there are no excluded values for this question, because we don't have a variable to solve for in our denominator. So again, we have to first cross multiply and then solve for your variable, and then you have to find excluded values. I would recommend finding excluded values first, and I'll actually do that on my next example, example 3. But then after you find your answer, do your excluded values and go from there. All right?